Hey everyone, what's going on? A big welcome to another video. So in this video, I will be showing to you how to beat the French defense with 392, also known as the Tarrasch Variation, which was the favorite move of the former world champion Anatoly Karpov. And also it's named after Dr. Siegbert Tarrasch, the famous player of the past. Before that, if you are a competitive chess player and you want to fund your chess progress, which has many expenses, then you might be interested in starting a side hustle to earn an income online. If that's the case, go to the link in the description, insert your name and email, and watch my free introductory training where you will learn the 3 secrets my mentors use to generate a consistent income online and how you can do it too, even if you have no previous experience or qualifications. So without further ado, I will be sharing my screen and I will be showing to you how to beat the French defense. So here we go, and chess base. Here we are, share. Okay, so the French defense starts after 1e4, e6. I'm just waiting for it to load. Okay, so e4, e6, d4, d5, this is the main line. And now one of the many options that white has is 392. The difference between 392 and 3 knight c3 is that knight c3 on the other hand would allow the win aware with the pin, while knight d2 does not allow the win aware because after knight d2, bishop b4 would be a very bad move because of c3. It makes absolutely no sense. However, knight d2 has some other disadvantages, which are that it blocks the bishop and it blocks the queen. So yeah, the bishop on c1, of course. Also, the way for black to exploit it, the best move according to theory, the one that equalizes, that's the clean equalizer, is the move c5. And after c5, what they usually do is after e takes d5, if black doesn't want to play with an isolated queen's pawn, they take with the queen. And this is considered on a very high level to be considered equal. So that's why in the candidates tournament, everyone played third move knight c3. Anyway, well, if after knight d2 c5 you don't like those positions with e d5 queen d5 and you want something else, you can try fourth move knight gf3, which is also what Wesley So recommends. And here, if black insists in getting those positions, because if he doesn't and he wants to play with the IQP, the isolated queen's pawn, he will go knight c6, and after knight c6, e d5. And here it's well known that the best move is to take with the pawn and get the isolated queen's pawn positions after d4 and c5 will eventually get exchanged. Now, if that's not the case and white plays c takes d4, now white has a choice. They can play e takes d5, which will most likely transpose if they take back with the queen, and now bishop c4, and we get into the main line of this variation. Or if they don't want that, then after c takes d4, they can play the move knight takes d4, which avoids that variation, and this is what Wesley So recommends in his Chessable course. Now, in this position, black has two main choices. One of them is knight c6, which is what Anish Giri recommends in his course, and the other one is knight f6, which is what Romain Edward recommends in his Chess 24 course. So, after knight f6, there are a few options for white. I mean, mainly the other option is to go e5, which will lead to knight back. And now after here, it could be this move, possibly the best way for white to play. And also f4 is possible. I mean, after f4, a known trick is to go knight takes e5, because after takes, queen h4 check and wins the knight, and black is winning. So they play knight takes e6, bishop e6, f e6, but this position is considered advantageous for black. So they usually avoid it. And yeah, here what Wesley So recommends is not to push e5, but to play e takes d5. Now, after e takes d5, it's certainly possible to take with the knight, and that's also a very good move. But Romain Edward recommends queen takes d5, and here the most challenging move is to go knight d5, which threatens a fork on c7, knight c7, picking up the queen with a check. Knight a6 develops the knight and defends against the threat, and now knight c3 hits the queen. Now, Roman Edward in his course recommends queen d6, which is certainly possible and a very good move as well. But queen d8 is also possible. And after queen d8, white would like to go queen f3 immediately. But the problem with queen f3 is the move knight b4. So instead of that, what happens is white usually goes a3 first. That's the best way to play here. And after bishop e7, queen f3 is the whole point of white's setup. And if black falls into this trap, and here they play castles, then they can get punished and they lose immediately with the move bishop takes e6. And of course, you cannot take back on a6 because you lose the rook on a8. So yeah, this is a very nasty trap, and it can work if your opponent just routinely castles and they don't think. And yeah, many times we have said that tactics in chess arise because of undefended pieces. Now the rook on a8 is undefended, and yeah, this is how white exploits it. Actually, this has happened, and it happened in a game of none other than the world #2, Fabiano Caruana, who had black, and Magnus Carlsen, the current world champion, who had white. So if Caruana falls for this trap, even if it was in a blitz game, then there's every chance that your opponents will fall for it, and it's definitely worth knowing about this trap, so that if you are white, you can punish them. If you are black, you know to avoid this trap. And if you play knight d2 against the French defense with white, and you play the French defense as well with black, then it would be useful to you from both colors. So this is a very important opening trap that it's definitely worth knowing. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you took value from it. If you are a competitive chess player and you want to fund your chess progress, like traveling to tournaments, which has expenses, like transport if it's another city or country, accommodation if not a one-day event, entry fees, if you also are very serious about your chess and you want to hire a coach, invest into chess books and courses, then you might be interested in starting a side hustle to earn an extra income online that can be done along your current job. If that's the case, go to the link in the description, insert your name and email, and watch my free introductory training where you will learn the 3 secrets my mentors use to generate a consistent income online, and how you can do it too, even if you have no previous experience or qualifications. If you're a subscriber, I will catch you at the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.